Hey everyone, it's Linnea for LDRS Creative, and today I am making a really cute mini scene card with a fun fold. This is probably one of the easiest and simplest fun folds that you can make, as it just requires one extra score line to create an easel card. I'm going to start with the main focal point of my image. I have the Delicate Stitches scalloped oval dies, and I'm going to choose an oval die that I think is going to best fit my scene, and that's this kind of medium-sized oval here. And then I have the Barnyard Friends, as well as the Down on the Farm stamps. These stamps can be used separately, but I love pairing them together to create fun farm scenes. I know I want to use this barn because it's absolutely adorable, and the little piggies are my favorite farm critters from this stamp set, so I know that I'm going to use those. I also have the windmill that I didn't stamp at first, but I did add it on later. Then I have the tractor and a little hay bale. I'm going to use my alcohol markers to add some color to these images. I color very simply. I usually choose either 2 or 3 marker colors for each color combination. So I have 3 pinks here for the piggies. I start dark and then go to my medium if I have one. If not, then I go right from dark to light. I find that I get good depth, good dimension this way, and there's a bit of shadow as well. I kept just a little bit of the coloring in. I colored up one of the pigs, and I'll color in this hay bale on camera. And then I colored the rest off camera. Since the coloring is very simple, I just used simple traditional color combinations. And then I used the coordinating dies to cut these little images out. I also stamped a sentiment from the Down on the Farm stamps, and I just cut that into a sentiment strip. We're going to be using that on the inside of the card, so don't panic when you don't see a sentiment on the outside. I didn't forget, I promise you. I have a piece of white cardstock, and I'm going to do a bit of ink blending. I have some green for the ground, and this is 4-leaf. And then I have a bit of Marina Madness that I'm going to use for the sky. I'm just blending that on. The bottom of the cardstock got a little bit dark, so I did end up flipping it over and starting over again, just to create a little bit of a lighter background. Then I die cut that frame from white cardstock, place that on top of my ink blending, and just use my scissors to simply trim around. Now it's time to start playing and arranging my images. Once I have them, I'm going to use some foam adhesive and adhere them onto that scene and set it aside. Now I'm going to do some background stamping. I have the old brick wall 6x6 stamp, and I love this stamp for adding some texture. I'm going to add it onto my stamping platform, and then here I have a standard A2 sized card base that's top folding landscape style. I like to put my stamp onto the door of my platform and then tape my card or my panel, whatever I'm stamping onto, in place. So for this, I'm just doing that roll-up method with some masking tape and putting that onto the back of my card. That's going to temporarily adhere my card in place. Since this card is smaller than the stamp, I can't use my magnet to hold it down, so that tape is kind of working in place of the magnet. I'm going to ink that up with some alloy ink and just give it one stamp. It's supposed to look a bit distressed, so if I don't have perfect coverage, that's okay. I did also go around the edges with a bit of alloy ink just to define those edges a little bit. Now it's time to create that extra fold to create our interactive card. You only want to score the front of your card, so open it up, place it in your scoring tool, and score it right in half at 2 1/8 inches. That is really the only extra thing you need to do to make this into an easel card. You can see how this stands right up. Now we are going to be placing the sentiment on the inside. I'll show you that in a little bit, and that's going to help it stand up just a little bit more. I added some foam tape behind my panel, and I put it only on the bottom. That way I can make sure that my piece is only adhered to that bottom part of the fold of my card so that it can fold in half. If you add adhesive all over that panel, it's going to essentially nullify that extra score line that you've added. Now I did go ahead, since I had that extra ink blending on the back, I added a panel of card, just a scrap piece of white card to cover that up. But this is the finished card. I popped up that sentiment on the inside with a little bit of foam tape, and that gives just a little bit of a ledge for this card to pop up, and now it can be perfectly displayed on a mantle, a bookshelf, anywhere that you want to put this card to show it off. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you were inspired. I'll see you soon. Bye.